Hello, friends. Finally, the Syndicate Code event is back in Art of War 3. In my opinion, this event is more important because it's the first event after the new heroes release. By focusing on the event contracts, and with a bit of luck, we might be able to unlock the new heroes. Let's jump into event details. Our primary goal in this event is to collect data cells. You can earn these data cells through PvP, 2v2, 3v3, AI, tournaments, and blitz tournaments battles. Additionally, if you make any purchases during this event, you will receive bonus data cells. With these data cells, you can complete your event contracts. Now, let's move on to the contracts. The event lasts for 2 weeks. If you have premium, you will receive special contract that comes daily, and it requires 35 data cells to complete it. There are 7 event contracts. First contract requires 75 data cells. Second contract requires 160 data cells. Third contract requires 330 data cells. Fourth contract requires 670 data cells. Fifth contract requires 1,350 data cells. Sixth contract requires 2,440 data cells. Final contract requires 4,700 data cells. From these 7 contracts, we will get 14350 gold, 6910 tokens, 11850 level 1 hero blueprints, 910 level 2 hero blueprints, 135 level 3 hero blueprints, 460 blue skill cards, 230 rare skill cards, and 72 epic skill cards. Without waiting, let's jump into main tournament battle. Main tournament is classified files on a highway map. I'm playing against Infinity Imba. To win this tournament, either we need to collect 14 data cells before the enemy does, or destroy enemy base. In my view, Resistance has a slight advantage on this map since they can hide infantry in the trees and observe enemy movements. At the start, it's the usual container collection. In this battle, I'm using a rush strategy. Let's see how it goes. At the 2-minute mark, a data cell will appear near our bases. I'm scouting Infinity base with my Coyote to check what Infinity is up to, while also keeping one secret infantry unit in position to observe Infinity closely. If the enemy has infantry, Coyotes with some infantry support really help the Resistance for early data cells collection. Wow, whenever you collect a data cell, you get a 200 resources bonus. This is so nice. These resources can be used for different strategies, either like developing your base or making more units. Infinity tried to grab that data cell with a Cerberus, but it was too late. I already had enough army to defend against it. He decided to save his Cerberus and move to the other side to collect a different data cell. I sent my Wasp to this side and the rest of my army to the other side to defend Infinity from collecting that data cell. Since I had already attacked that Cerberus earlier, it was easy for me to finish it off with my Dragonfly. Now Infinity has entered Beast mode, rushing Seraphim production really fast. Since he already knows my army composition, he's going straight for my base to destroy me with his Seraphim. My entire army is at the center. Infinity targeted my level 2 hero factory, which was still under construction, to stop me from producing a salamander. I quickly pulled my army back to the base to defend against that Seraphim. Infinity managed to take down my hero factory, lol. My Dragonfly is chasing the Seraphim to finish it off. Now I'm regaining control of the center for 2 reasons. First, whenever you dominate in data cell collection, the enemy feels pressured and is forced him to attack your base. Second, as you already know, collecting more data cells helps to complete contracts much faster. Infinity loses more of his army while trying to defend that data cell. I'm now leading in data cell collection. As I mentioned before, Infinity is now under pressure as I collected more data cells. He decided to attack me with his full army with Zeus, Torrents, and Typhoons to stop me from gathering the remaining data cells. I sacrificed my army to distract Infinity while I focused on collecting the rest of the data cells. Now it's last data cell. Even though Infinity destroyed my army, it's very unlikely he can move to that final cell with just Typhoons, Zeus, and Torrents. Of course, I won't say this rush strategy always works. If the Infinity realizes that I am rushing from the start, there is much higher chance my strategy will fail. For this event, we have 2 Blitz tournaments, one for each week. Duel Blitz tournament is one of them. This Blitz tournament takes place on the Thaw map, and my opponent is Infinity. The match is played in 2 rounds, and if a player wins both rounds, that player get victory. If each player wins 1 round, then a 3rd deciding round will be played. All buildings are pre-constructed for us, and as we progress through the rounds, the building levels increase. At the start, unit acceleration is available, allowing us to quickly produce the units. We have to capture and hold the flag until the bar fills up. Same rule applies here. If a player captures a data cell during the match, they receive 200 resources. Infinity is dominating me by collecting the flag at center first with full army, while I focused on collecting data cells. Maybe Infinity mistapped because his Cerberus went back and all his units followed. I saw this as the perfect opportunity to capture the center flag quietly. All my assaults got destroyed by those fire assaults and the fortress. I tried to fight back, but no chance. With this, Infinity win round 1. In round 2, we can make hawks, jaguars, salamanders, wolverines, porcupines, mammoths, and all types of assault units. This time, I decided to quickly capture the center, because if I lose this round, I lose the entire Blitz tournament battle. I really have no other choice. With my hawks, I'm scouting to see where Infinity's army is positioned. I know his Scion is going to be really annoying, so I used my Salamander's ability on it and ordered my Jaguars and Wolverines to focus fire only on the Scion. Lol. The Scion got destroyed before it could even use its active ability. I'm so lucky. Now I have enough army strength to defend against Infinity, although his Vertex wiped out all my Hawks. Since I don't have many Porcupines at this point, I decided to distract Infinity by sending my army to attack his base. The plan was to delay his units to come to center, so by that time flag bar could fill up. And then, another Scion showed up, but I was lucky enough to still win this round. This is the final round, the deciding round. In this round, we start with HQ4 and can build a full army with all 3 heroes. We also have enough buildings to produce army and heroes quickly. I went for Hawks, while Infinity went for Thors. He already has Solaris, Beholder, and Scion infuse Zeus. I tried to capture the center flag with my Salamander, but both the Beholder and Solaris used their active abilities, so I pulled back. Here is the fight for the center flag. Infinity used his Thors to destroy few of my units. I sent my Hawks to focus on destroying his shield. Then I noticed Infinity had a lesser army than me, because he spent most of his resources in the last round and didn't collect enough resource containers this time. You can even check back at the start of round 3 to compare our resources. I activated my Leviathan's ability and positioned my entire army perfectly. Infinity tried to grab some resource containers, but it was already too late. Well played. GG. Another Blitz tournament is called Weakest Link. This one is played in FFA 5 mode on the Cryobase map. It's a survival type tournament where you have to defend both your base and the flag at the same time. At the start, all 5 players have equal bars, but only 4 flags will appear. Flag counter will decrease by 1 every time until last 2 players fight. The player who fails to capture a flag will have their bar start depleting, and if it completely runs out, that player is defeated. And data cells will appear at center, and it will give 200 resources as bonus. I am blue here, resistance red is Phoenix, resistance green is Infinity, resistance yellow is LOL XD, Confederation green is Quad, all IMBA players. Let's see how it goes. All 4 players except red managed to capture their flags. Since red is positioned near my base, he could either attack me at the flag or go straight to attack my base. Phoenix sent his wasp to start capturing my flag. I didn't have a hero yet, so I pulled back. Once I got my Cerberus, I recaptured the flag. Meanwhile, all the other players were quietly moving up to HQ4 since no one was fighting, except me, locked in battle with red. Lol, here comes that annoying salamander. Remember, capturing a flag gives extra damage and extra vision of cells. Unfortunately for Phoenix, he was too late. His bar completely disappeared, so red was out. But before leaving, he sent his salamander to my base. Lol. Watch how his units and buildings get destroyed in 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. Even after elimination, Phoenix's units kept attacking mine. Ghost attack, friends. Infinity and Quad secured their flags, and I somehow managed to capture the one near me. Now LOL XD fighting hard for the last flag. Wow, look at the base setup from LOL XD, pretty impressive. He was probably waiting for his chameleon. Quad, though, is an expert with Scion. LOL XD lost several units, and despite trying hard with Salamander, both Infinity's and Quad's forces crushed him. LOL XD kept fighting hard, but eventually his bar disappeared. Whenever a player's bar runs out, new flag positions appear, with one fewer flag on the map. I tried capturing a flag, but lost my key army units to Quad. Like I said earlier, he's deadly with Scion. Looking back, going Vertex there was my wrong choice. I should have also made Scion instead. Infinity safely secured one flag, and Quad captured another. I built the big boss Atlas, and went for a flag since my bar was depleting. But Quad also had his Atlas and a fully positioned army. Lol, once again with Scion, he wiped out most of my army, and whatever I had left wasn't enough to hold the point. In that gap, Infinity took his revenge for past battles I had won against him. Infinity started attacking and destroyed my base. At that point, I had zero chance to win. In my view, you also need a bit of luck in these FFA Blitz tournaments. Comment out if you know best strategy for this tournament. GG, the final battle was between Quad and Infinity. Hopefully, let's pray Infinity takes the win. Now my partner is Infinity, playing on the resistance side. The Syndicate Trap AI is on the Industrial Zone map. To win against this AI, we need to collect 7 data cells or destroy AI base. This time, Gear Games made the AI harder task that it needs to collect 9 data cells to defeat us. That gives us enough time to choose any strategy we like and can easily secure the 7 data cells. A separate AI army will come for data cells. We have to defend that army to collect the data cell. All the data cells will appear at center of the map. We both defended the AI's army and secured the first data cell. My coyotes are busy collecting resources on the side. At the center, we split the area. Infinity is defending the left side while I'm holding the right. A small blue AI army tried to attack my base, but my sniper towers and coyotes handled them easily. The second data cell appeared on Infinity's side. I'm now pushing for HQ4. Meanwhile, the main AI attacked our center army with so many vertex, but we had enough porcupines to shut them down. Another data cell spawned, and when either of us collects one data cell, both me and Infinity get 200 resources. Haha! Now we've got a solid army at the center. I decided to end this AI quickly, so I asked Infinity to start destroying the outpost. And wow, Infinity brought in bisons for the outpost. Haha, Infinity has no mercy. With his chameleon, we had nothing to fear at center for collecting that data cell. But wait, what? Solaris showed up at the outpost, and it even used its active ability. Haha! This AI is advancing way too fast for this event. Maybe in the future it'll start dropping nukes on our bases. Haha! Luckily, the outpost heroes aren't that strong. I carefully pushed my side, staying cautious of Solaris. Then, to my surprise, Leviathan appeared. I used my Salamander's ability on it. Oh no, don't use active ability. Only a coyote got killed. Nice, lol. With that, we finished the AI by collecting all 7 data cells. I think I've covered everything about this event. I hope you got all the information you needed. I'd love to hear your feedback, so please share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, let me know which faction you think has the biggest advantage in this event. Bye friends, take care.